Business is good at Mabu Cafe. The newly opened eatery in Manhattan's Chinatown had customers lining up on this Friday afternoon, eager to try its Hong Kong-style street and comfort food. It's a far cry from what local business owners experienced only a few years ago, when New York City was the American epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic. And Chinatown could more aptly be called a ghost town. Manager Cecilia Huang says it was a shock.
The impact of the pandemic to us was very severe. All of a sudden, there were no tourists anymore, and no diners were coming.
Storefront vacancies swelled during the pandemic. A city survey of major retail corridors found that Chinatown's Canal Street experienced a 26% increase in retail vacancies from 2018 to 2020, making it the third most affected area in New York City. That was compounded by anti-Asian bias and by a lack of access to federal funding, says Jacqueline Wang of Welcome to Chinatown, an advocacy group for local businesses.
They weren't getting access to funding coming from the city, from the state, for many reasons, the two main reasons being language barriers and technology barriers.
Huang says she used the time during the pandemic to renovate and was ready to go when other businesses were shutting down. This is still a neighborhood in flux, balancing longtime residents and legacy businesses against the creeping gentrification of newer, trendier enterprises.
We cannot lose the legacy of this neighborhood. I think that's why people gravitate towards Manhattan, Chinatown specifically, because it has stayed, so true to itself. And on the opposite end, you don't want it to be a neighborhood that is paused in time and kind of becomes a museum.
Here on Doyer Street, one of Chinatown's oldest blocks, the juxtaposition of old and new draws a steady stream of visitors.
We chose to open in Chinatown because it really has a diverse range of customers. It has tourists from overseas and also locals. And why did we choose Doyer Street? Because the street has a very, very long history that we like very much.
With a nod to the past, a new generation of community members are shaping Chinatown's future. Tina Trin, VOA News, New York.